Yuffie Cloud.
Okay, so currently recording this at 2 a.m. It is the middle of December. Semester is coming to a close. I just finished the project. I'm gonna present it on Tuesday. 2 days from now. It's Sunday night, but it's like 2 a.m. So I guess it's Monday. I think as far as I want to say on how I feel now that I finished, the project that I've been working on and like what all these videos have been kind of documenting, like with my process and how I'm just like feeling and just like going about my creative arc and then also just how I'm like navigating life in general. Um, I think it's definitely been a good exercise. It feels a bit weird now, um, that like this chapter is coming to a close and I'm leaving, you know, where I'm at school to go to a new place. So it's a very transitional period in my life. And then I think a lot of the experiences that I feel like I missed out upon or didn't live as much as I guess I could have, or just because of my own inhibitions, I guess, I wasn't able to approach fully. I feel like a lot of those experiences or like things are being condensed into like these last like couple of weeks, which is, I don't know, like kind of bittersweet because now I'm realizing and feeling a bit of like the regret of things that I didn't get to do, or like I didn't get to fully enjoy, and I didn't get to, I don't know, feel like I got the experiences that other people got. But that's just, you know, the way it is, the way, like, I wouldn't be the person I am now if I didn't have that lack of experience, I guess. And I wouldn't have the perspective I do or appreciation for the things that I'm experiencing now if, I had just like gone through it, I guess, in a more natural way, like everybody else. Like everybody else, this is kind of a vague term. And as far as like the project and where I'm at creatively, I think I did a decent job. Now I think I'm like looking forward towards the next project and like the next idea that was already percolating beforehand. And now I'm just informed by the process that I just had and being able to approach it even better, and even stronger now, and like, continue to learn and continue to like challenge myself. Like a lot of the things that I was having to learn on this project, I won't have to learn, and just like getting better and better every time. So I'm excited for it, but it's going to be another different beast of its own because I'm trying to do something different with that, like with where I'm going next, and continue to keep up this energy of, or this forward momentum that I have coming off of this project. I guess also with everything, I'm gonna see in the editing, when I edit through all of these videos to kind of find more of a stronger routine because I did want to upload these weekly at first, but I don't know, I think it's kind of like sad to say or like disappointing to say is that I wasn't able to keep up with the output that I wanted. I think, I still recorded everything. I still like was doing everything I needed to do. I just think like I wasn't doing like the extra work to like edit everything. So now I got to do that. Also, I think as far as like for next steps, I also want to like I want to work on my abilities as like on my musical abilities and working on, you know, getting used to instruments. Like I want to try to learn more of the piano, get used to it, and I was practicing it this semester, and during this project, but I wasn't as, consistent as I wanted to be because like these last couple of weeks I haven't been practicing as much. So, after I'm out of here, I'm back home, I'm gonna be on it as much as possible and see where I go with from that. And then also, you know, working on just like the previous projects, kind of revisiting anything that I was struggling with before and now have been informed by through the recent work that I've done, so I can come back to it with new eyes and new ears and be able to approach it even better than I did before and just like keep experimenting with that stuff. But yeah, like the future is definitely uncertain, even though like I'm coming in with a plan and I feel like my abilities have grown. So I'm just excited to see how much farther I can take like the potential I have and like the takeaway from this whole experience now is that I have more capacity than I thought I did, and that the fact that even now I know that I'm not even reaching my limit, even though there was hard times throughout this whole thing and like there was days that I was really struggling. Like I feel like I can get through those even stronger, and now I just know how to handle those situations more, or there's lows that I get to during that process. So yeah, I'm just like excited for what I can do, what I hope to do in the future, and to like just grow more with what I'm doing and be able to connect more and express more than I am as of right now, and create bodies of work that are more holistic and can really be cohesive, as well as um, just really stand on their own and truly make a statement on whatever I'm feeling or I feel like I need to say, or you know just release and challenge my creative capacity. Also, I have to keep in perspective that it's not all about like whatever project that I'm putting out or whatever idea I have coming to fruition. It's also about learning to be a better person, be better at being myself, and like being able to like have relationships with people and grow outside of just like a creative standpoint or a artistic standpoint, like grow as a person first, and then that also just has you know the X factor that it can illuminate new creative ideas or ways or thoughts to express myself. So I really want to like you know be more out there, be able to not only express myself through like the internal work that I do, but through just like actually talking to people, actually like, you know, being a, person in the everyday, being able to, even in just these videos, be able to express myself through just like communication, I guess. Yeah, I think if you're not growing as a person, then you're not growing as an artist. And even if you're growing as an artist, that doesn't necessarily mean you're growing as a person. So remember to keep that in mind and be, you know, uh, disciplined in how I live my everyday, and, trying to be cognizant of that. Yeah, I hope that I'm like pushing myself on both ends and not just like limiting it to what I've done in the past and just being in isolation, being in a box. Yeah, I just feel like right now it's just like I have so much more opportunity to grow in so many different, ways in my life. Um, and I shouldn't like restrict anything at all, and, you know, just take everything as, a learning experience and be kind of open and, listen to like kind of the stuff that I'm trying to preach throughout my art or throughout whatever I'm trying to say, and be what I preach, and, you know, take everything, all of life's uncertainties, and, be able to battle like the highs and lows, um, and learn from those highs and lows and take that as knowledge for how to go about, living. So that's like the main thing that I'm trying to keep in mind right now. And, I'm getting like older, and do I want to keep on missing out on stuff, or continue to not do things because of just my fears of, you know, being vulnerable? No, I should be, I should just try to be myself, try to, you know, allow myself the freedom to like be who I am, and be accepting of whatever outcomes that comes with that. And, like as far as like missing out on stuff, like I used to not be like so much like that, where it be, I used to not care about that, but, I think, um, I should like kind of like care a bit more, and kind of hold those things like to like a higher regard, because having experiences with people matters, and you need people, you need to have, some sort of like community, some sort of, group around you to, help you push forward, help you realize your potential, your abilities. It's all about like connecting and building bonds, I guess. So that would be it. And yeah.